Hopefully it's live. Hopefully it works. I forgot how difficult it is to get Lh'owon to play ball with OBS Studio. OBS Studio. It's actually just OB Studio or OBS, right? The other problem is going to be if it's just so loud. Alright, we joined this video game already in progress, and it's probably going to be louder than me because of how much overlapping background noise all the levels in this game have. Good times. Well, if I'm too quiet or this game is too loud, let me know. The reason that we had to let this little battle play out in order to get the stream to work properly is because the Lh'owon wrapper for the menus does not display correctly or at any sort of usable resolution. So we're just going to start. Already in progress. We're going to play Marathon 2 until I get bored of swimming or until Lh'owon crashes. I think I checked, and last time I streamed a Marathon game was in 2018. Wow. Obvious secret. I guess we should probably try to play relatively smart. Also, it's going to be on normal difficulty because if I have to spend 40 minutes punching Afflicted to death, I will fucking riot. Also, man, I don't remember where any of the secrets are in any of these games. Alright, we should punch. We should punch. We should lock in. Let's see. The only secret that I vaguely remember is, I think, the backroom area where you can get access to an early shotgun. And we're also not going to read all the terminals. I'd go horse if I had to read all the terminals. It is kind of funny how... I think I've mentioned this before in the videos we did about this a long time ago, but on first playthrough, Marathon 2 was like... I don't know. Easily my favorite. It was like the standout. I was like, oh, this game is awesome and the story's cool. And after replaying, this is the worst Marathon game. I think it was also the most successful Marathon game, so oh well. Good times. Now, did I miss a jump there? I can't remember. This probably is the most well-balanced Marathon game. Like, they actually give you some fun guns right off the bat. There's also big-ass levels with a lot of room to move. I don't remember if there's any vacuum levels, actually. Yeah, Rocket Shark brings up a very good point. Massive install base increase by porting this game to Windows so actual people could play it instead of just like art class nerds or anybody whose parents wear black turtlenecks all the time. You know those people always have Macintosh. Is there anything in here? Hello? Alright, where's the shotgun? I'm not going to look it up. Maybe somebody will remind me. Let's see. think some of the items here will respawn after a little while if you use enough ammo, maybe. Okay. We're gonna have to go solve the water room puzzle, I think. Man, I kind of know how to get up there. This immediate flashbacks to the water temple in Ocarina of Time. That just takes me to where I was. Damn it. And that will lower the water level, which I don't think we want. I think we want to raise the water level. Uh-oh. So yeah, what's more off-putting? Playing Marathon 2 and not getting any background music, or playing Marathon 1 with the background music off so you just don't have any sound until there's gunfire? That sounds weird. That game really, really needs music because there's no ambient sound whatsoever. Alright. Alright, what am I missing here? Do I just have to grenade a switch? Or does this toggle the level? I just honestly can't remember how the fuck to get up there. Yeah, it's disappointing that they didn't put music in this game. And I honestly really couldn't say if that was like purely a stylistic thing, that they just didn't have the time, or for some reason they didn't want to try to have the music compete with their ambient sound that they obviously worked pretty hard on. And you know, it was probably a lot of work because all those ambient sounds have to be placed in the levels manually with like a little object that creates sound. Alright, I don't love this level enough to want to spend all day trying to remember where the fucking shotgun secret is. You say it's like, there it is. But yeah, I mean, imagine the best of both worlds where you have some nice music that doesn't just play constantly looping, but you also get nice ambient sounds. I don't want to say too much mean stuff about the Eternal mod, or scenario conversion, whatever you want to call it, because obviously the guys who made that worked really, really hard on it, but I don't think it's very good. There's that shotgun. I don't know. Eternal is an incredibly impressive project, but just in terms of like quality of writing, it's not close to on par with like Rubicon or Apotheosis. And it's not as ridiculously hilarious as Marathon Red. Alright. That's all I want. All I wanted was a shotgun. Now we can go. Wow. This game is really, really fun on normal difficulty. It's kind of actually badass to be able to just chew through enemies. I don't think I've ever beaten Marathon 2 or Infinity on Total Carnage. Don't have that kind of patience. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're screwing it up now. Hey, what's up, Mini-Me? We have not talked in probably 7 years. Die, jerks. one of the other things I really super love about marathon games is that when you know you're fighting close to a shield recharger, you can just play like a complete reckless buffoon. Because you're like, oh, you just top right up immediately afterwards as many times as I want. Lesson that Half-Life learned by making all of the recharge stations limited. Reusable, but not perpetually so. Charles says, who knew that by clicking on that Johnny Old School ad, I'd still be watching you even now? Yes. Still funny story about seeing Johnny Old School on the side of Spoonie's old website. That's how I discovered him, I think. Or no, I think there was a group project that never took off the ground that he and I were both going to be part of. And I think I recognized him when he introduced himself. I was like, wait a second, that's the guy whose name I always see on the side of Spoonie's website. Maybe I will give him a look. Worth it. All right, there's a bunch of secrets in this level too. I think a lot of these games start off with a ton of secrets, and then they kind of get bored of putting them in, and they're just trying to finish the game, try to get the last couple levels cranked out. Did I ever play the Xbox 360 port of Durandal? I don't remember. I know I've tried using the texture packs that they extracted and implemented into Lh'owon. I think they don't look very good, personally. It's just an off-putting aesthetic. I know Marathon has a very different aesthetic to most things, like kind of hand-painted sprites, compared to like Doom. Famously, Doom used digitized photos of clay models, right? So certainly not the same look as this. Come on, where's the secret pillar? I guess we just hit every single section of wall until something opens up. That's why video games are for kids, because kids have time to just touch every single surface on a game until they find something. Bonk. Hello. These always trick me. They have the mold on them. It makes them look like they're going to be level 2 chargers. They're like, oh, I see yellow. I'm going for 2. It's a lie. All right. Aimless wandering. This is what happens when I talk and don't pay attention to the level briefing. I forget what I'm actually trying to fucking do. Hello. So one of the awesome things about posting a video about Marathon is that now when I go to YouTube, all of my recommendations are other videos about Marathon. Probably not going to watch most of them because I already kind of know what I think about Marathon. I don't really need anybody to help me on that anymore. But some of them did pique my interest. I haven't watched all the way through, but there was a video right as I was setting the stream up from a guy called Ruby Ranger. Ruby Ranger. There it is. And his position on Marathon 2 is that it's the worst one, which I think is a valid take. I don't know if he actually goes so far as to say it's a bad game. That I would have a harder time co-signing. But is this the worst Marathon? Yes, it is. But it's also it's the cleanest, it's the most professional. I just think it's got all these little problems that wear on you in a replay, not so much the first time around. You know, it's like I think Max Payne 3 is a truly abominable game. I was actually trying to replay a little bit of Max Payne 3 recently, and I was like, wow, it shocks me how fucking awful this game is, even now. But if you just play through it once, you might not notice. And that's a hard thing to convince people of, I guess. You're like, this game is bad because I don't like replaying it. They're gonna be like, okay, so what? Yeah, my keyboard is very loud. Also, I'm a heavy typer. You just imagine if I had one with the cherry blue springs, the clickies. Alright, what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something here. Is this literally just an exploration level, or do we have to flick a switch? Probably should have read what I was told. Do my reading homework. Exploring. Okay, so we're exploring. Good enough. So yeah, it's a find the other terminal, find the exit type of level. I guess we can go try to find a little secret over here. Max Payne 3 is one of those games where every store has a million used copies. I remember when Max Payne 3 came out, and people were like, oh, the loading screens are only long because it's loading so much data, you know, but like if you had a faster computer, the loading screens would be, or the, you know, the cutscenes that don't allow you to skip them because it says still loading. No. Turns out it's not true. Turns out that there's actually something baked into that fucking game that doesn't allow you. That was a waste of time, just a detour. But yeah, you can't skip the cutscenes. Doesn't matter how fast your computer is. That game is infuriating. Oh, there we go. We missed it. Oh, this doesn't go anywhere. That's just how you get back if you fall off the platform trying to get to the secret save. Son of a bitch. There it is. Yeah. Assault rifle melts stuff on normal difficulty. A script plugin to skip cutscenes in Max Payne 3. If you skip too early, the game hangs. Oh, God. And yeah, I've said it already, but the way that the game uses cutscenes just to show stuff that can play out in real time just as easily. Holy fuck, that's so annoying. Let's see if we can get the Dark Forces reference. Nope, we missed it. Assuming this is a Dark Forces reference. That's what I always heard. I want it to be true because I love Dark Forces 1. See, this game has ups and downs. Like, on the one hand, we've already got a bunch of guns. Although, granted, we did find, I think, all of the big secrets in the last 2 levels. And the levels are big, and there's room to run around, and there's cool sounds, and monster infighting. But also, we're about to have to start fucking reading. It's like doing a series of book reports. Marathon 3's subtitle is the Blood Tides of Lh'owon. Marathon 2 should just be Lh'owon Book Report. That's what I think. Let's see. It feels like a waste to use the fusion pistol on these guys. Holy crap. We have a lot of ammo. Damn. Okay. I forgot it's normal difficulty. We just waste it. Suspicious. The assault rifle is so fucking cool in this game too. So, yeah. Mr. Ruby Ranger, Red Ruby Ranger. I will agree that this is not the best marathon, but I think it's still a pretty good game. But there is too much swimming, that's true. This game never really did handle the water. What do we have to do? We have to like flip a switch from one side of the room and then go to the other side of the room to find the terminal. Or just swim into it. The water changing, water levels going up and down, you know, very reminiscent of Half-Life to me. Okay, I missed it. Where's the terminal? Oh, yeah, you have to stand on the... Silly level design. Do I have to read every fucking terminal? I don't think you do. Hopefully not. If we have to go backtrack through the entire level to find one terminal that I missed, that'll get me to rage quit faster than fucking swimming. Ah, yes. Very satisfying. Alright, there's another secret in here, right? One of these weird, spiky rooms. It's like you can climb up on something, open up a panel, free recharge, maybe? The first game had the exact same assault rifle. It was just even fatter looking, and it didn't have the shell casing sound effect. Other than that, it was basically identical, and it was still awesome. It's heinously inaccurate. Alright, I might have hallucinated the secret in that room. I tend to notice in all the footage of me playing this game, or any of the games in the series, that when I'm close to empty on the assault rifle, I just dump the clip at nothing. Which probably makes it look like the Cyclone gun from Perfect Dark, where it had that secondary fire mode where it would just strip off the entire 50-round magazine in one go. God, I know I missed something because there's supposed to be like an area down here with... There it is, yeah, the little jail cell. Cruelty. Oh yeah, the Flicta that don't eat. I love that little terminal. It's like, they don't eat, they just absorb nutrients from the ooze. And they have a giant mouth in the middle of their fucking body just for the hell of it, I guess. Purely a defensive organ. This is, oh, come on. See, then you're swimming down a tunnel, and then you run into some guys in the tunnel, and your only options are to backtrack out of the tunnel, or to slowly punch them to death underwater, because the SMG that can shoot underwater wasn't added until Infinity. If I could own any of the Marathon guns, which one would it be? Oh. I mean, the assault rifle is obviously the coolest one, but... if we're talking a real-life assault rifle, a real-life weapon that was this inaccurate would probably actually not be very fun to shoot or safe. Whereas the Magnum from Marathon 1 is very, very cool. I think the redesigned Magnums in Marathon 2, they just don't look nearly as cool. Or maybe just the angles that you can see them at, you know? Maybe if you saw like a drawing of it, it would look cooler. But yeah, it just kind of looks fucked up. The shotgun is not... it's cool to use. I don't think it's conceptually that cool. Like, it's just a double barrel, and the only thing that makes it stand out is that you reload it in a really insane fashion. And you probably can't do that, because you're not a cyborg. So it's not going to reload when it spins for you. Alright, I think we got them all. Die, sucker. Yep. Watch me get killed as soon as we land because I didn't save before we warped. Careful. We gotta kill one of the pink ones, I think. if you want to get a second pistol. Dang it. Too late. Yeah, there it is. Finally. Yeah, the way that you get a second pistol and it like extends the usability of the starting gun in the game, it helps, certainly. But a single pistol in this game is just so unfun to use because of how obviously they designed it around being able to dual wield. Oh, look at that CG. Look at that beautiful graphical work. Excuse me, I'm drinking. I don't know how long it took me to realize that the plasma pistol was the best weapon in the original Halo. About as long as it took me to realize that the fusion pistol is the best weapon in the Marathon series. Like, this thing can do the most continuous damage, I think. I think it basically can put out more damage in a string than any of the other weapons in the game. And that's what actually makes it really, really good. The assault rifle can do probably the fastest damage, because you can shoot both barrels at the same time. But you can hold guys at bay with the fusion pistol for a long damn time. Does the cyborg use the optic? Well, maybe the optic is actually just a sensor that integrates with your, you know, your helmet overlay thing. So, I mean, like, Halo's assault rifle doesn't have any kind of sights, right? Does it just have a smooth top with a little screen in the back end that gives you a, in the original game, a compass that points to the gas giant threshold? Why? I understand that there's probably no magnetic north on a Halo ring, but, like, did they program all the compasses on all the rifles when they arrived? Like, they jump into the system and then it's some poor bastard's job to go and, like, tell all of the rifles, hey, here's where you should go for your compass reading? Look at that over there? I don't know, man. They invented the Halo dual wielding problem and then repeated it 15 years later. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about the ability to balance a game properly when almost every gun can be dual wielded. One thing that I like about a lot of Marathon conversions is that they increase the lethality of the basic pistol just so you can keep enjoying it all throughout the game. Like the I think it's called the Imperator, Imp 33 from Marathon Red, which has 33 round magazines and is fully automatic. That one kicks ass. Even in Rubicon, they just, I think, slightly increased the magazine capacity and rate of fire, just so that, like, fighting through a swarm of guys is a little less tedious, not quite as much reloading, damage isn't being dealt quite as slowly. But yeah, there's, I don't know, dual wielding pistols is cool, especially when you get to control the rate of fire, and it's not just like this staccato metronome type of thing. One of my favorite things about Halo 2 is dual wielding the magnums in that game, because as much of a power downgrade as it got from Halo 1, it was so much more fun. Alright. This is where it gets exciting. This is where the fun begins. Can't remember if there's a secret on... No, what am I thinking of? A lava swimming secret on... Maybe it's on Converted Church in Venice, Italy. Oh, wow, what a waste of a fusion pistol shot. The Halo 2 Magnum feels like the California compliant Magnum. I could see that. It seems like a much more realistic sidearm. I don't know. The pistol... It's a Bungie thing, right? Alright, here we go. Let's run. This is a cool segment, right? Come on. How often did games back then have real-time lava flood? Also, this is just a nice piece of level design. The way that the spiral staircases interact like that. So you can see the lava coming up as you outrun it. The level design is not as flashy as it is in like a lot of mods, or as in some of the more, you know, artistic levels in Infinity, but it really works. And yeah, all these like little sight lines. Oh, hey, nice try, buddy. Fused to other parts of levels, and then yeah, you get these big arenas. Big battles. I just remembered that there are 2 levels where you have to walk around the bases killing mobs. And no, this game actually is bad. Fuck. Well, that sucks. I was having a good time, and then I remember this game is terrible. Sorry, bro. Single oxygen. Return here when the area is secure. We're gonna bring order to chaos. Ah, I love this part. Sorry. I think I might have made some enemies. Yep, I did. Well. Chief's gone rampant, everybody. It's level 3 or 4. I don't remember, man. Ah, fuck. I'm not. I'm not gonna beat the team killer allocations. Now, first level, Waterloo Water Park. Second level, come and take your medicine. Third level, what about Bob? Fourth level? I don't know. Don't shoot me. I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Alright, fuck. Fuck you guys. I know some people relish in the opportunity to kill their teammates and kill scientists in Half-Life and kill Marines in Halo, but I never like doing it. Makes me feel like an asshole. Jeez. Well, the first time was an accident, and now I have to keep doing it. Is Colony Ship for Sale really that bad? I know that's like a hot take farming, but you know, you can see the heights of the platforms through the windows from the control rooms that you're messing with them. So it doesn't seem like it's that bad. Oh fuck! There was probably no reason to waste health on that grenade jump, especially not when everybody with a hit scan weapon is trying to kill me at the same time. Just let that play out. Is it safe? Oh, shit. That's a level 2. I think that's homing. Yeah, I fucked up wasting my health on that grenade jump. Because now I'm going to get plinked to death by something small. Where was that fucking shield charger? I think it's just at the exit. Okay, well, then we'll leave. If we can. Whoops. I think I can just leave. Yeah, Colony Ship, it's got a bad reputation for a reason, but in hindsight, I don't know if I would rather do that fucking platform puzzle again, or play through the 2 Bob killing levels in Marathon 2. And then there's baffling shit like this. This level, if you don't follow the prescribed path, it is very hard to figure out this level. It's massive, and none of it does anything. So yeah, here we go. We were given this route. If you follow this route, the level is extremely simple and easy and is over in like 40 seconds. If you don't follow that route, you are fighting through endless enemies for like 2 hours, and the only way to finish the level is to come back to the very start and follow the route properly again. This level is so odd. So much work was done, and I wonder if they just didn't like how it was coming together, or playtesters were like, this is way too difficult. So they were like, okay, we'll just remove all of the objectives from here. Yeah, and then breaking panels causes stuff to stop working. If you break too many panels, that's a trick they pull, I think, is at least a couple times in this game. Oh yeah, don't fall in that, or you stupid. Let's go read the instructions again, make sure we're getting it right. There's one. I can't remember how to open that other one, unless it's just another one of these panels. Am I off the path? Am I on the path? Bringing new meaning to the phrase, eat the path. Yeah, grenade jumping in colony ship, I think, is mostly useful because if you get the platforms almost right, then you can grenade jump to sort of fix a little gap. Okay, let's not get too far off the track here, or we will get completely fucking lost. I think I'm off the track. I think I'm getting myself in trouble here. Yeah, here we go. This is the path. Okay, don't go the other way. It's not smart. I think that thing is the alarm thing. Yeah, but you can't actually make it stop sounding like that. Now, does that first terminal deactivate? No, see, this is, again, this level is so fucking bizarre. It's massive. There's a whole world out there. But, nope, we just have to go down that hallway, break 2 switches, and come out over here. I think they've forgotten about what I did to them in the last level. Ow. Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot about that guy. Good lord. Yeah, I wish, buddy. This level also fucking rules, dude. This massive structure, and then the big like hangar doors that you have to open. Oh, so good. Nice. I wonder if there were any people who, instead of swimming up that way and triggering the activation for the pistol, just swam right up the side here and missed it. I think that's the first time you officially get the pistol. We picked it up, the fusion pistol. We picked it up early by finding that little secret room off of one of the swamp swimming levels. Whoops, too close. Excuse you. Oh, wow, that was close. This freaking sucks. Oh, here we go. More cool stuff. You can't have a 3-dimensional rendering, obviously, because this game's not 3-dimensional. Ooh. So cool. Not like objectively cool, because objectively it's just like a weird hack that you have to do in order to make the game kind of function. But if you know about how hard it is to make this game display anything cool, then it becomes kind of fun that they managed to do anything like this at all. Hey, now. Alright, come on. It's absolute anarchy in here. Nah, not alright. Look, we don't have to have the conversation about inverted y-axis ever again, if you don't want to. It's just important to recognize that if a game is supposed to be a representation of 3 dimensions, that it would make sense for you to control your perspective in a 3-dimensional way. You wouldn't think that the objective truth would be so controversial to people. Fuck. Is that a Mother of All Hunters in there, or am I imagining a harder difficulty than I'm actually playing on? Yep, I am. That's cool. I haven't played normal difficulty in so long. I can't wait to fight a Juggernaut. I bet it's just gonna die in 5 shots. Let's break the lights. Ah, nice. Excuse you. There's some secret over here that we're not gonna fuck with. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's difficult to do. You gotta shoot these switches through the walls. I'm trying to peek under the... God, I'm such a fucking mark. It's hard to get your shots to go through this. Harder than you think it should be. And if you do it in the wrong order, or if you break the wrong switch, then yeah, the secret becomes inaccessible. So don't really care to fuck with it. Yeah, I think I might have already broken it. But that's okay, because I'm not interested in figuring that secret out right now. See, all the people who say that inverted is only for, like, flight sims or something, why would that make any difference? It's the same... It's the same space. It's the same concept. It doesn't matter if you are walking around or flying around. Can I help you? Oh, okay. He just doesn't render sometimes. Nice. You fuck. I'm getting bullied by a fucking level 0 Bob. Son of a bitch. Gotta be on my best behavior so I don't get shot at again. Yeah. Oh yes, look at that. Look at that rendering. It's brilliant. Good work, team. Don't you just hate this little cubby hole with the lighting and everything? And you're like, oh, that's for sure either a door or a secret door. No, it's nothing. Fuck, I don't want to fall off this and have to backtrack for 6 hours. Let's ignore that for now and pretend that that's not what we have to do to finish this level. I know there's probably a lot of secret items in the water out there, but it's okay. Yikes. I can't remember. What happens when you break that switch? It might just be part of the other secret that I already avoided doing. Because I'm pretty sure we just have to flip these switches, which open up the hangar door. Ominous. Message from Mr. Thoth. Ah, hell, let's just break it. Just for old time's sake. I keep getting fooled by that not actually a secret alcove. Alright. Ready to go? We are ready to go. Oh my gosh, it's the stream artwork. This level is weird. It's cool, but it also has a really strange gimmicky feel to it. Because it's the only time, as far as I know, in Vanilla Marathon Trilogy where a real piece of architecture was used. And it just is so conspicuously not like the rest of the game. Also, you'd expect this like beautiful cathedral to be on a hillside or something, as opposed to completely wedged into a canyon that covers it up on all sides. Virus package. Virus. The other thing is the best secret on this level is the one that lets you skip most of it. It's not a bad level, it's just odd. Does anybody remember where that secret is? Is it right here? Oh no, it's just the alien weapon. There we go. I know I'm playing like shit and just taking a really random, non-optimal route through these levels, but that's because I'm getting easily distracted. The terminal art, the simulacrums are shuffling down the hall. The normal guys are getting undressed. The joke is that the crewmen that have been issued green uniforms are taking them off so they don't get shot by me or someone else. Which is really interesting that nobody seems to be worried in the slightest on all the like the Bob levels. They're covered up in guys in green uniforms, and they're just like, yeah, this is cool. Ah, fuck. Where's this chip? Is it at the bottom here? No, it is not. It's somewhere else, and I forgot it. I think it's in the pond at the center of the, yeah, somewhere in here. Or is the virus... No, wait. The virus chip is going to be inside the altar, and then I got to bring it to the weird wishing well. Hey, where do you want to keep the little console to control our computer system? We'll put it inside the well. That's what I would do too, actually. Salakin, are super chats disabled? If they are, it's because of you. Hey, look, a virus chip. Wow. If only I'd paid any amount of attention to the instructions at the start of the level. Oh, level 2. Yes, Halo is just Marathon. That is true. Halo is the Marathon remake that we already got. It's not as highbrow, but in all other respects, it is just Marathon. It's let's do that. Let's say that Halo is undergraduate Marathon. Okay. Alright, what's the correct order of operations here? Pig, don't send me money to make more videos. I'm not gonna make more videos. I'm never gonna make more videos ever again. I finished. I got the last one finished and now I'm done. I had to replay MechWarrior 5 actually. Someone is going to have to fact check me on this. Did they replace all of MechWarrior 5 since I first played it when it was like new? Because I started playing it again just to get a little bit of footage, and it doesn't look anything like I remember. So either I don't remember it because I didn't like it and it was not memorable, or it's just a different game now, like Subnautica Below Zero, where I'm pretty sure they went through like 3 complete replacements of the story. Because I played through Below Zero like 3 times, and it was not the same game all 3 times. Like, there were characters just getting moved in and out of the story. Like, where you started, the starting position in the world was different. The whole intro, I don't know. That's a long lift. Oh. It's a crusher. Thoughts on the Stop Killing Games campaign? I certainly don't want people to kill games, but I also don't know what you can really do to compel developers to provide support. Oh, you're getting me killed because I have to think deeply. Yeah, can you compel... Alright, did I put the chip in yet on this save? Or did I not have the chip yet on this save? Ah, fuck. Oh, yeah, I did. We're right here. We didn't go very far at all. Yeah. How do you compel developers to provide additional support for a live service game? I think the easiest thing to do would just to be able to say, like, if you're going to discontinue support or discontinue service for this game, then that would almost be like turning it into abandonware. It's like, from a legal standpoint, maybe that game should now just be considered abandonware because clearly the developer doesn't give a fuck about it anymore. Meaning that anybody who wants to try to spin up their own server or make their own little hack or patch in order to point it to different servers, that should be totally acceptable. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't love it when information dies, like goes away forever. I think it's a real bummer. So, yeah, I don't want games to completely disappear, but I also understand that even if you have old copies of some games, then you need old hardware to play them sometimes, and the old hardware doesn't last forever. Some things can be emulated better than others. So we're going to lose stuff regardless. Also, just from a practical standpoint, like, once Helldivers 2 stops getting updates, it won't really be enjoyable anymore. You know, the experience will be gone. Uh-oh. Okay, so You're suggesting that they basically just have to be upfront about how long they intend to provide support or how long they intend to keep it going for. But I also, yeah, obviously no one's complaining that support for, what the fuck is it called? The marathon before marathon, that horrible shooter that came out and was discontinued a week later. No one's really complaining about that one, but like, if your game is really, really unsuccessful, and you're like, well, shit, we promised we'd support this for a year, but we are now fucking broke. It's funny to think about. Concord, thank you. Is it spelled like Concord the jet or the Concord the grapes? Now, granted, in the case of Concord, if the company had said and promised and was being legally bound to support the game for a certain period of time, they probably had the cash reserves to afford it. But not a lot of companies would. But yeah, like, I mean, it's an expensive thing, running a game. The better initiative would be for Steam to stop selling games that don't run on their own platform. You're just, at that point, you're just paying for assets, right? And then you're gonna have to find somebody to make a source port. That's how I had to get Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight running, so I could capture 4 seconds of it to put into the video. That's why these videos take so long, by the way. I had to download and play MechWarrior 5, Max Payne 3. I had to figure out how to get Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight working. There's a nice source port somebody put together. It actually works really great. Just time-consuming stuff. So, you know who didn't kill games? Bungie. Oh, that was slobby. Bungie released all the content of Marathon, and they, made everything open source and all that stuff. But if it wasn't for Aleph 1, how much good would that have done us? Alright, let's play more aggressively. That's surely the way to not get killed. I already forgot what my objective is here. I think it's just kill everything. I also can't remember if those little drone thingies are on my side in this level. They're probably not, right? I bet they're not. Somebody would have told me. The terminal text would have been pretty specific about that. Yeah, also, Dark Forces 2 was on Steam for like $5, and it was on GOG for $2. So I bought it on GOG, and then I donated $3 to GOG. I was like, I was prepared to spend $5 on this game, because it's a lot easier than having to lean behind me and grab the disc off the shelf. I know that sounds like a really disgustingly profligate first world behaviors. Like, I gotta buy a copy of Dark Forces 2 because the box is over there. And I'm already sitting. Let's just let these guys have a nice time amongst themselves. We could go blasting to that side of the room in order to find some... I don't even know if it's a secret or if it's just like a sequence break. Possibility of support for game. Yeah, I guess the question is, isn't that already possible? I don't know. I mean, a lot of times people will develop tools that go really well with piracy, but they're not actually doing anything like technically piracy. Sort of like the Dark Forces 2 source port thing, where it's like, If you happen to find the data package for this game, whether you buy it on Steam or copy the files off your old disc or download a zip from some weird website, then you can play Dark Forces 2. And the closest thing that the developer did, or the publisher probably, to facilitating that interaction was just to sell a game that doesn't work. Which is fascinating. Like literally, there's a lot of that shit. Tried to get Age of Wonders working again recently. Surprisingly difficult game to get to work. But there are patches and stuff. Fan patches. Alright, let's try not to get killed again. We got not a lot of save opportunities on this level. I would sure love a save though, that'd be nice. Someone would let me save my game. Almost forgot that, yeah, you have to run back through these rooms in order to force it to trigger items to warp in. Oh, there we go. Including the little health drinks, little like smoothies. Anyway, I'm all for games not to be killed. I'm a little bit cynical, and I feel like you get this nice petition, and then nothing happens. I think that's the most likely outcome. Because you, of course, would have to give a developer or publisher some sort of way to not necessarily be forced to keep a game open. So there's going to be some kind of loophole, and they're going to be really good at exploiting the loopholes. Do I have to fall down this hole? I swear to God, we're not supposed to go down this hole yet, right? Yeah, whatever. This might have been a really bad idea. Is this actually, yeah, this is part of the level, because that's just a normal jump. I was going to say, the game doesn't really make you grenade jump or use the recoil to propel yourself. So if you think that that's what the game is forcing you to do, then you're probably doing something wrong. Should I break that? I don't know. I think that might activate the elevator in the other area. Maybe? Bungie getting sued over copyright in Destiny 2, so heavily archived that they can't comply with court orders. Yikes. Red hot. Oh, that's just... Fuck you, man. Elevator plus squisher. Thanks a lot. So here we can get our collection of power-ups. I think this is invisibility plus invincibility. Pretty much useless. Oh, this is a dirty one. Alright, we got a level 2 shield recharger and a level 1 shield recharger. No, we don't. We have a level 3 shield recharger with a level 1 texture. Brutal. There he is. Alright, I'm fucking lost. What the hell am I doing? God damn it. I'm lost. Alright. I'm gonna have to ask for directions. Here we go. This, maybe? No, god damn it. I won't say no to that. I think I'm approaching this completely wrong. Oh, there we go. So we just backtrack and then hope for the best. The singular fuzzy boob that the assault rifle with both effects applied over the top. Okay. Save. 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 It's just in the room that I started in. I cannot remember. That door's still not open, which means I must be missing something. Oh, you know, I sympathize with pirate software. I also have a really irritating way of speaking, so, you know, game recognized game. Son of a bitch, we're fucking lost. And that is not... There's no reason to do that. That's just a sequence break. Pirate software, the way that guy talks is like the way I read a script, where it sounds incredibly forceful and authoritative, which, if I'm reading a script, it's like, well, I'm not going to pretend to sound like I'm having a conversation with you because I'm not. I'm reading a script. And I'm not a good enough actor to, like, make a script sound like a conversation. Some people are good enough at that they can make it sound natural. Do I actually have to go here? I'm so fucking lost. I don't think pirate software uses a voice changer. I think he just uses like voice meter, which is that software where you can modify your mic tone and all that stuff. A lot of people use it because you can make your voice sound really, really bassy. You just like dial up the bass and you sound a very certain way. I tried using voice meter once because people were like, you should use this, it'll make your, you know, audio quality way better. And, you know, theoretically higher quality than just raw. Don't squish me again. I think it just sounds weird. I'm definitely going to the wrong fucking place. I don't know how to get out of this fucking level. Did I miss a door in here? Okay, we broke that. Activated the elevators. Backtracked. One door was still... What happens if I go over here? Obviously, I need to replay this game more often. Oh, there is a door here. So I was supposed to go here, and I'm just retarded. Well, fuck. But yeah, if I replay this... Whoa. If I replay this game once a year, then maybe I would keep all my map knowledge. Waste them. That was all the shells I had? Ah, shit. Okay, so I was right. That is a door. I just don't remember how to open it. Oh, maybe it's with this one. Yeah. But then is there another door? Okay. I feel like I'm getting myself into trouble again by going down the the wrong path. Or this is just maybe another little sequence thing. Oh, I know you can't see it because I don't have my webcam aimed in a useful direction, but I'm actually wearing a vintage Pure Ownage shirt. Found it at the bottom of a dresser drawer. I was like, oh yeah, I have a Pure Ownage shirt that I bought and basically never ever wore in my entire life. Are we allowed to leave? We are allowed to leave. We are compelled to leave. This is another cool level just because it's got cool shapes. Like a hot dog, it's got a nice shape. Excuse you, gentlemen. Yeah, I'm not good at audio setups, obviously. The fact that you can barely hear me over the sound of my own keyboard should be proof of that. I used to have the blue snowball for many, many years. Now I have the blue... I think it's a Yeti. It's a way more expensive microphone, probably because it's got switches and stuff on it. But it sounds exactly the same to me. The hot dog comment? It's from The Happening, right? Where they're just like, they're loading up the car to go somewhere, and the weird old guy is just like randomly, for some reason, turns almost to the camera and just starts saying, hot dogs get a bad rep, but they have plenty of protein, they got a nice shape. Super, super fucked up movie. Is this the level with the mind goblins? I don't know. This is the level with a really hard to use mini map because you can see the waterways that run through the level on the map even though you can't move through them. And I don't know what the point of that is, but we're going to do it anyway. Another smart trick that they did on this level is by putting the water level right at chest height. If you are not careful with your grenades, it will hit the water in front of you and kill you. So it's kind of hard to fight in and around water of exactly this height in the Marathon engine. Well, hey, look, you know what? A lot of YouTube people own lav mics. I have a set, Rode, Travel, Go, whatever the hell they are. And I know I've seen the DJI version that's also worked pretty good. What really, really irritates me is that everybody's using these lav mics and nobody's wearing them on their body. They are holding them in their fingers and pointing them in their face. And probably it's to get that nice bassy tone again, because when you're really up close to the mic, it sounds really nice. But it just looks stupid and I don't like it. Every single video essay is somebody holding a little Rode tiny rectangle and talking into it. And they put the dead cat on there because they're talking directly into it, which is not what those are for. So you need the dead cat on there in order to keep it from popping. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about audio and video production to actually make something that looks and sounds good, but I know just enough to be annoyed when other people do confusing things. Uh-oh. I've been getting a little bit careless with my assault rifle. Probably should use the pistol since I maxed out clips a long time ago. It's just not that fun. Yeah. This, I think, is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to spend ages pistoling and punching everything to death, but it really is just not that enjoyable. Maybe if I had Sako sit on my mic, it would sound better. No, that's a live cat. You're supposed to use a dead cat on a microphone. Also, I think if Sako sat on the microphone, he would purr, and you'd be able to hear it really loud. Hey, there you go. Get punched, idiot. Another downgrade, Marathon 2 and Infinity. The alien weapon's just not nearly as fun. Also, it looks weird. It looked like a goofy musical instrument in the first game, and now it looks like some kind of weird, ribbed for his pleasure kind of item. Also, the fact that it shoots those massive, flamey donuts. It's just it's not cool. Alright, I remember how to get out of this level, and it's a fun little fight, but it's also a total fucking ambush. Excuse you, buddy. Also, I might have fucked myself over by wasting all of my assault rifle ammunition, because I think that's really the only effective weapon in the exit room on this level. It's also not even safe to use the fusion pistol in here, because if it dips below the level of the water, you zap yourself. Creative cruelty. And here we see, these little flow-through channels, so it looks like you can move through to the other part of the map, but you can't. Okay, alright. See you later, Connor. We're probably almost done. I have a strong feeling that the next level is going to make me very, very frustrated. Or maybe this one will. Shit. If the next level is the one that I'm thinking of, with all of the big room that has the rapidly fluctuating water level, I don't like that level. I don't like that level, and I don't want to play it. Alright. This would be a great time to use the pistol, wouldn't it? Wish R6 didn't turn into esports slop. Yeah. I don't understand why all first-person shooters, all multiplayer shooters, are starting to look like that now. I saw a really fantastic clip of, I actually don't know what game it was. One of the Call of Duties, maybe? Where, like, the Terminator from the Terminator franchise gets killed by Beavis from Beavis and Butthead and Leonardo the Turtle. I was like, what is the game actually about then? I thought it was like a war shooter, but clearly I was misinformed. Alright, there we go. Yeah, because early Rainbow Six Siege kind of looked like something that I thought maybe I would play. The concept is solid, at least. Am I doing this right? Or am I sequence breaking again? I think this is probably correct. Yep. The 4 computer was not truly self-aware and contained no information of value to us. Yep. That's one of the fun... I think they did this in Halo, right? Where, yeah, the 4 aliens always have their own AIs, but for some reason human AIs are just way, way better. Because Dr. Halsey is genius. Oh, I did not guess right. We might be able to tank it through this level. thoughts on the censorship of Ready or Not. Last time I played Ready or Not, it was like so unfinished that I was shocked to learn that it had any of this stuff in it at all. So, did I miss my chance? Like, should I have... Cause people were telling me, oh, it's actually good now, it's actually finished now, and I was like, cool, I'll replay it soon. And I didn't, and then I hear that, oh, it's been ruined. It's like, oh, well, fuck, I had this. There was a window of time where I could have enjoyed myself some Ready or Not, but apparently I missed it. Alright, what's the gimmick here again? Ride the elevator down. Get the free... There's more to it than that, right? Yeah, this one goes up. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Certainly makes things more fun. What are we doing here? The Citadel of Antiquity. Yeah, buddy. How did I get Civvy to voice act in the marathon video? I sent him a message and asked. I don't think he was... I mean, he's obviously a much larger creator than I was at the time. But I don't think he was as big as he is now, so he probably had a little more free time to do just nice things for people who he doesn't know. A real coup would have been getting LGR. Can't even imagine what kind of voice LGR would do. Absolutely nauseating. The closest thing you can get to a ladder in this game is a weird staircase that jumps up and down like fucking Qbert. But climbing up them is hard on the eyes. I don't know if it was evil. One of the conversion scenarios has like some ersatz ladders, which is just a staircase compressed in an extremely short little run, so you can climb up it. You guys remember how Halo 1 had ladders? In like one level, multiplayer only, I think. That was weird, right? Oh yeah, this is cool. I've talked to Shredded Nerd on X.com, the Everything app, a couple times. I don't know. I can't really collab with anybody because I don't know anything about video games anymore. It's just been a really long time since I paid that much attention. Which is why, like, when I saw that video clip of what was apparently a current Call of Duty game, it just didn't look like anything I could recognize. I can confidently state that it is the children who are wrong, though. It legitimately is. Say, I used to be, I used to be with it, and it hasn't changed. Everybody else changed, and they're wrong. Ah, story. Plot. Endless, interminable world building. But probably necessary. This game is trying to really get you to give a shit about this planet and this race of aliens. So it stands to reason that they got to do a lot of world building. Infinity that had the ladders either side of the big canyon in Halo CE. There were ladders on Sidewinder, I think, to get up and down to the sniper towers. There were probably ladders on, was it Wizard? The level called the fucking teleporter circle? That level does not work. almost makes me think that that level was a marathon level that got repurposed into a Halo level. Because if you had a map and the teleporters worked like they do in Marathon, I think it would make sense. That's not Wizard, is it? No, it's something else. Wizard is that, jeez. I don't remember the names of Halo 1 multiplayer levels, really. Chiron? Am I thinking Chiron? Yes, Chiron with the numbers. Chiron, let's call it Chiron 343, for lack of a memory. Nice, infighting. Use it, use it. Call of Dude Weed Lh'owon at war. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I think these windows are transparent to bullets. Why do I get the feeling someone's going to teleport in behind me? Alright, let's climb up the nauseating ladder again. Now, my recollection of the levels in Infinity was that they more regularly pulled the trick of just dropping enemies behind you every time you entered a room. But I think that also gets way more common later on in Marathon 2. Like, what did I just hear? Were those items for me? Or those enemies? I don't know. Never say no to shotgun shells. Have I tried the awful remaster of the Stalker games? No. I bought Stalker 2, but that was only to offset the potential negative karma from having bought Tarkov. I was like, I don't know, I don't want to really stake my claim anywhere geopolitically speaking, so maybe just to be safe, I'll buy both. It's kind of like going to all the churches at the same time, just in case you're not totally sure which one is right. Alright, how do we get the fuck out of here? Is that anything? That's nothing. I think we just gotta go back to the main spot. But yeah, I have not actually played Stalker 2. I bought it. I installed 156 gigabytes of it. But I have not played it. Also, my old solid state is completely full, so I really need to swap it out for a bigger one. Also, I get nervous with solid states. I'm sure they don't write themselves to death like they used to, you know, 20 fucking years ago, however long solid states have been around. Do you remember those Intel solid states that had skulls on them? Do they still make those? The Death Reaper solid state. Take your gaming to new heights of carnage. Installing a normal game on a solid state with a skull on it turns it into an M-rated game. Just adds the gore back. We fixed Ready or Not. Get into the tower. Still rampant. Durantal. I don't feel like I'm ready for the tower. I didn't find my second shotgun that I was supposed to find. Fuck. Not good. I don't think there are any really good fights like this in the other Marathon games. So, again, I guess it makes sense that this is sort of a beloved entry in the series because it's exciting. All right, I don't know how long I've been streaming for. I don't really love this level, so maybe I will stop playing now and see you guys again in 2 to 4 years. Or, you know, whenever Marathon comes out. Big fan of my gun channel for a while. Loved the MechWarrior retrospective. You know what? People keep messaging me, even on my gun videos. They're like, when are you going to finish the retrospective? And I think it's finished. Because it was retrospective. And now that, like, new games are coming out, well, we're going to have to wait 20 years in order to be retrospective about Mech 5, right? So, no, I don't know. I'll try it. I gotta play through it, see if it's actually different than I remember. It still looks kind of hideous. And the gameplay annoys me. But I also heard that Mech 5 Clans was good. Kind of getting back to that standalone expansion thing, you know? It's tugging on the retro heartstrings that every millennial has inside of them. Streaming for 90 minutes, that's way too long. Yeah, exactly. If I make a MechWarrior 5 video, it's not a retrospective, it's just spective. Missed the gaming keynote. You and Brassfax are gay dating, right? No, we're gay married. It's a lot more serious than that. We don't want to live in sin. We're both very trad. I think you'll agree. Metro 2033 is good. So I've been told. I've tried to play through the first one, or maybe the Redux version of it or something, a couple of times. I always kind of get bored. It's cool looking. It's a very, I don't know, it's got a really unique look to it. I like it. But yeah, no, I don't have the ability to review modern games. Can't do that anymore. I don't even really play them. I upgrade my computer just because it's the thing to do. Not that I need to. I haven't eaten... Okay, alright. Larabar lore here. I haven't had a lot of them lately. I kept getting little bits of, like, the date pits. Larabar, it's a granola bar. It's for crunchy California granola girls. It's completely made up of, like, dates and cashews and sometimes a couple other ingredients. Dates have pits. I don't think they always de-pit them properly. And you could just be munching through a Larabar and then you bite down on a piece of a date pit that got left in there somehow. And I cracked a tooth. Or cracked a filling. And had to have it taken care of at short notice right before I was going on a trip. And then I was, you know, at the store looking at the Larabar selection, including my very favorite, which is the chocolate peanut butter Larabar, which has 4 ingredients, I think. And I was like, man, those are really good. I don't want to crack another tooth. I think I'm never going to buy these again. So, that's it. The end of the Larabar lore. Let's go into this room and get killed really fast. Hello? Alright. It might not actually be possible to get killed by enemies this shitty on a difficulty level this easy. Well, that was weak. Alright, let's go find some lava and jump in it. Ah, here we go. Yeah, I think self-immolation would be a really good way to end the stream. Not Earl, but Ig. We made it to the Citadel. That's kind of an accomplishment. Where's my lava? Yeah, this is actually when the game does start to suck ass. So many fucking Felictas. Nobody wants to fight Felictas that bad. Or for this long. Supposed to be lava, right? Come on. Oh, the fucking hitbox is so tall that it blocked me from making my jump. Bro was just minding his own goddamn business and you blew his goddamn head off. No, I think that I was approaching from just slightly outside of their cone of vision, and I hadn't made any noise yet. There we go. Alright. Let's go for a swim. This game's all about fucking swimming. That's right. We can last so fucking long in the lava on this difficulty. Oh boy. I can't remember if these ones are immune to the fusion pistol. Looks like they are. I think they are. Yep, alright, so that's not gonna work. R.I.P. Rest in, well, not piss, but close. Alright, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. It's been a pleasure. Always is. I don't know. I don't do this often enough to actually know if it's always a pleasure or not, to be perfectly honest. I'll see if I ever make another video.